Oi, what I'm about to say or what I just said, assuming that this video is over, does not really have anything to do with me or what who I am or what I am, what I believe. We have this thing, right? The brain. It frees you up to be anything you want to be every second. Not every minute, not every day. Yes, that too. But every second, you have no obligation to be the person you were a second ago. You see, I have about 470 something, 78 videos on this channel. None of those things that I ever said have anything to do with me by the end of this video. And anything that you believed last year has nothing to do with you also, you see. If you're very flexible, if you're somebody who I would consider intelligent, your ideas are changing every second. I mean, there are the exceptions. There are people that hold on to beliefs and they don't want to lose whatever beliefs that they hold and they never let that go. You, on the other hand, if you are an intelligent human being, I bet you that there is something that you believed yesterday and today you don't believe it. You see, maybe you find a fault in it. Maybe you find that it was useless. Maybe you find that whatever it is that you believed yesterday or an hour ago, second ago, is no use to you. You need to be that flexible that nothing you say now will even matter to you tomorrow or 5 minutes later. I mean, when I was a teenager, man, like when when Facebook was a thing and it was popular and it wasn't used by the boomers, it was cool and there's a lot of statuses and you get to see how many people think by sharing their Facebook statuses and what's on your mind and somebody. And one of them I remember was some girl sharing a status where she said, "I'm I have no obligation to be the person I was 5 minutes ago." And then people were laughing at her, and I thought, this is deep. But as an 18-year-old, so I just went on about my day. I was like 19 or 18. And then I thought about it years later, like, you know how things pop up when somebody likes it or comment? And I thought about it and I seen it again. And I went, oh, well. This makes more sense than to me now than it did back then, if it makes sense now. I don't know. I guess if anything I ever said makes sense, bro, run because that is the beginning of your madness. You and I will be mad together. But you have no obligation to be the person you were a second ago, 5 minutes ago, a minute ago, an hour ago, a day ago, a week ago, a fortnight ago, a month ago. You see? And so be flexible, be brave enough to change, I guess. One of the most cowardice things that we could do is not run from a fight, it's not stand up for yourself. It's the unwillingness to change. That is the most cowardice thing anybody could do, is to hold on to something that they don't want to lose because they don't know who they will be or what they will be if they were to lose that. And that's why I say anything I say on this channel, I have this sort of intuitive understanding that I have nothing to do with what I just said. And to many people, it's just making no sense. And I say, good on you. Good on you. If it doesn't make sense, the better. The more, the merrier. But it's so simple that if you try to make it very complex, it will it will not make sense any more than it does now. If it make, I don't know, bro. Be flexible enough to change. Be flexible enough to be anything you want. A second ago, right? To give you an example, I believe that violence can solve everything. You see, that wasn't a second ago. I'm exaggerating. Maybe 30 minutes ago. And I thought to myself, if I approach this situation with violence, we're not going anywhere. And so instead of approaching with violence, I had this understanding and thinking, maybe that's what the person wants me to do because this is what I've been doing all this along. So you see, your past sort of predicts your future. Your path relies on your past, sort of your past behavior is predictable in your future behavior. I don't know if, anyways. And so this person knows that I'm violent, or I think violence solves, right? I believe this, and it works a lot on my favor. But then I try to approach this situation differently. You see, I think to myself, what's the different way we can approach this? Maybe just smile and walk away. I think to myself, bro, I'm bigger than this person. Why don't I just end this? And I'm thinking to myself, just smile and walk away. And it is as I'm walking away, the belief that violence solves things went away. It just disappeared. It doesn't mean that now I'll let you hit me and I won't hit you back. But it'll be more of, do I even want to fight this person? If a situation arises, I would think more about it than to just react. Okay? Because that belief that violence solves everything is gone. Now a new belief takes position. And it's that the most peaceful person in society is the most dangerous person. The most dangerous person in society is the most dangerous person in society is he or she who is peaceful. And I know, how can somebody who's peaceful be dangerous? You see, when you're peaceful, somebody will try to poke you, poke the bear. But then the bear does not respond and they'll poke the bear. The bear does not respond and it'll keep poking the bear. But then when the bear responds, everyone around you will see that that person was poking you and that your reaction at that point would be justified because you did try to diffuse the situation. You tried everything else but to react. But then when you react, people will sort of understand and will be on your side. You see, making you more dangerous is that it gives you a leeway to, okay, I can kind of understand why that person reacted the way that it did. They tried everything. This person who poked them, you're the issue. And so you become the most dangerous person the more peaceful you are. People will tend to leave you alone because they don't know how to piss you off. They don't know how to push your buttons. You're not easily angered. And so that makes you, in a way, very dangerous. That's one example of a belief that I had to let go. And that person who would just react emotionally or react angrily, that person is no longer me. And that's what I mean by the things I say or what I do or who I am 5 minutes ago, or that second ago, and then 30 minutes ago, in my case, 35, who's counting, ago, and going into the future, I'd be more, I wouldn't say aware. It has now become very clear to me that reacting is not the way to go. It has now become to me that this belief that I hold was another belief. Like I used to look up to people like Sam Harris and Christopher Hitchens and there's Richard Dawkins and Daniel Dennett and who else was there? These people I no longer look up to. No longer look up to. They have become useless to me, irrelevant. But there was at one point in my where I was obsessed with their philosophies and the way that they were looking at life. People like Sam Harris still look at life the same way they did when I was in high school and when I adore them. But that person I was in high school that looked up to people like that is has become to abhor them. And that's what I mean. You have no obligation to be the person you were a second, a day, a week, a fortnight, a month, a year, a decade ago. And if you do live to a century, hello, you outlived all of us, you maniac.